Hi everyone and welcome to this another video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use this amazing tool. So I have recently have developed this tool for a client of mine that wanted to connect with the Flickr API in order to download Flickr images directly from the Flickr website to his media library on WordPress. And honestly, the plugin is doing much more than that. So if you're like an image website developer, or you use a lot of Flickr images on your posts, on your articles, then you're gonna realize that you will need to every link of image that you have, if you want to do it right. So you will need to provide a link to the author. You're gonna need to name the name of the image, and then you have to provide a link to the image itself. And beside that, you have to also mention what kind of license the image have, and you have to set a link to that license as well. So doing that for, let's say, 3 4 5 images is going to take you like a certain amount of time, probably 30 minutes you're going to spend on building all those links and reference, right? So that's exactly where this plugin comes into the game, and it does all the process just for you, just by clicking this button down here. So I'm gonna just give you an example. Here I have like 1 2 3 4 uh, images, yeah, URLs of Flickr images. I'm gonna do an example with this. So I'm just going to take those URLs, I'm gonna paste them here, okay, and after that I'm going to fetch, press the fetch photos button, and here there is a log of how the process went. So this means successfully he has fetched these five, sorry, they are not four, they are five. So it has fetched these five images from Flickr, and it's mentioned that the domain is public domain. Now once the images had fetches, you're gonna be allowed to download it to your media library, but you have to enter a footer prefix load. So let's say in this case, I think that yes, all these are landscapes. So I'm gonna enter like a perfect landscapes, and this is the name that all these images are gonna have in the media library. So it's gonna be like landscapes minus, okay, it's gonna be like landscape minus 1 minus 2 3 4 5, and if you have more like 7 8 9, so you can edit that later, or you can enter here the name that you want in order to keep the SEO up. So by the way, this is not going to be just the image title. Okay, this is gonna be the image title, but it's gonna be also the image file name. So all this image, once I press the save button, it's going to be stored on the media library under this prefix plus a number. So just to give an example, I'm gonna press save now. Okay. Okay, so right now it's connecting to the Flickr API, and it's downloading every single one image, okay, and storing on the middle array. So it's already done, and here we have a preview of what has happening. So what has happening is that it has stored like the image down here, okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and to every one of them it has insert like a number just to mark as the reference, and down here, okay, making reference to that number, it say that number one, the 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 name of the image is that contrast, and here there is a link that brings the user directly to the image, um, on Flickr. Next to that, there is there is a kind of license that the image has. In this case, is public domain, and there is a link also to the Creative Commons .org website where the public domain license is stored. And finally, there is you can find information about the author of the image, right? And a link to that author on Flickr. So this is the way the plugin handle this. So you just once you enter the Flickr's URLs and press the save button, so it automatically downloads all this information to your my media library, and also create this information here for you just to copy and paste wherever you want on your website. So if you just come here to the HTML code, then you have the code of this that is showing here. So whatever you just copy and paste this code on your website, this information is going to be displayed. So I think that this saves a lot of time. Just back in the time, you will need to go to each single image on Flickr, then first of all download the image, right? Then change the file name if you want to do it, and then after that you have to copy the reference of the image, the URL, and build a link on your website making reference to this. And you have to take the name of the image as well, which is landscape in this case. Then you have to take note of the kind of license that the image has. In this case, it has all right reserved, and then you have to build another link for this license as well. And finally, you have to take the name of the author and build a link to the author profile here on Flickr. So that's like a lot of work just for downloading one image from, just for using one image of Flickr. And obviously this tool here is making you save a lot of time. Now, those who are kind of advanced Flickr users, um, so probably they're gonna use this tool down here. So this is the code imagecoder.org. So this is a tool where you just take the, for example, the same thing. You just take the URL, you just copy and paste it here, and basically do the same thing that the plugin is doing, but with a huge exception. So for the exception is that, as you can see, it downloads the image. Okay, it doesn't download the image. It shows you a preview of the image and insert information about the image itself, the kind of domain that it's using, and the author of the image. If you just copy this one here, this information right here, like in our plugin, just copy and paste on your website. So this information is gonna show whatever you insert this information. So far so good. The only problem is, and by the way, here you can select the size. And the only problem here is that it's not downloading the image to your media library, and you're not gonna be serving this image from your media library. So you're gonna be serving this image from Flickr. So what that means is that every time that whatever you're gonna insert this code, whatever page you're going to insert this code is going to load, it's gonna take some time in order to fetch this image from Flickr, download it to your site, and then finally to show it to your user. So it's gonna affect the page speed considerably. And plus that, the plugin that I have developed also have another feature, and it is that you don't even need to copy and paste this code here. So I'm gonna get back to the plugin. So I already fetched these 5 images, right? But let's say that I want to fetch this one again. Okay, so I want to fetch this one again, and okay, and I want to keep them under another profile that will be like lens, whatever. Now, if I just come here to global settings, also by the way, here you can enter your Flickr API and the Flickr API secret key. So if you don't know how to get those, it's free. Anyone can get an API key and an API secret key. So the only thing that you have to do is to click this button here, and there is a link to the Flickr page where you can get those. So, and here down here you can select the image width. So you can select the width that you want the image to have once they are downloaded on your site. So these are the different options, and you can select the one that fits you better. If, for example, if you select the higher one, or if you select any one and that one does not have a version on Flickr, then what the plugin is going to do is going to download the available one that is under this size. Okay, so if you have to download like 5 images and one of them doesn't have the median 800 width pixel, is just 640 or 400, then 4 of them are going to download like 800, and that one is going to download on the maximum width that is allowed on Flickr. So for this test I'm using like 800 width, and here this button is going to be set by default to not create a post page automatically, but if you just unselect here, then you can select uh, create new post. Okay, if you just select here, this means that every time that you press this button here, then a new post is gonna a new post or a new page is gonna be created automatically, and once you press this button here, as you can see. Okay, just let me just a second, let me enter here graphics, and here. Perfect. Let me. Okay, just a second. Okay, so a new post or a new page is gonna be created automatically, and this button here, what it say is that every time you press the button and a new post or page is created automatically, it's gonna be created as a draft. So it's not going to be public immediately. If you want to make them public, you just unselect this one, and once you press here, then the post or page that is created automatically is going to be public. Now, I suggest to you to this one in order to review the information, or if you want to order, if you want to add extra information. And finally, this button here, what it says is to create a new page instead of post. So by default, it's going to create a post with all this information. But if you want to insert a page instead of post, just select here. So for the example, I'm gonna create a post automatically, and I'm gonna create the post as a draft, and it's gonna be a post, not going to be a page. I'm gonna save settings. Okay, so I'm gonna get back here. So these are the 5 images that I have, and as you can as probably you already noticed here, there is another field that is going to ask you for enter the post title. Okay, so if you just select this here, that field, that form is going to disappear. But if you decide to create a post page automatically, then you're going to have another field here that say the post title, and this is the initial title that the post is gonna have. So I'm gonna okay, say here that I'm gonna use lands. I can use the same name, but just for this example, I'm gonna use land, and I'm gonna use lands. Oh, sorry, post title underscore not right here. So I'm gonna fetch again. Okay, so perfect. Everything is working perfect. So now once I hit this button, okay, so what the plugin is going to do is going to download these images again, this time under this file name and this title, and it's going to create a post automatically with the name Lance post title, and finally it's going to insert all this information, okay, into that post. So it's gonna insert this HTML code directly into this post here. So I'm gonna click save and create a post. I'm gonna wait until all these things happen. Okay, done. So I'm gonna come here to post, open new tab, and here it is. So Lance post title, and as you can see here, it's a draft. Story is in Spanish, but here it's a draft, so it's not public yet. So if you just click on edit, mm, the information is going to be here. So all this has been inserted automatically. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images, and the reference to the author, sorry, to the image name, to the license that is using, and the reference to the author. Okay, so if I hit here the preview, it's going to show exactly like this. Okay, so you can either okay, that has been inserted automatically, and what it has been inserted, it was the HTML code. Okay, so if I change here to HTML, you can see that what happened is that the plugin inserted automatically this HTML code into your post, and then you have this information. Okay, so but basically whatever you just take this HTML code and insert it on your WordPress site, you're gonna have this information again inserted. So it's not gonna be limited just to this page. You can also use this shortcode. So wherever you just copy this shortcode and insert it on any of your page, you're gonna have this information as well. The good thing on the HTML code is that you can add information in between, right? Okay, so if you want, you can add information here, or if you want, you can modify the information that the code already inserted. If you use the short code, then you're not going to be able to do this. So, but you can decide the approach that you consider is going to be the best for your case. Now, one final thing is the media library. I'm going to check just to show that all those images has been inserted on the library. Okay, here they are. Okay, so this is the final name that we gave, the Lance. As you can see, the title is going to be here, and it's going to be the same file name. So Lance. So it was like Lance 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's going to be like Lance 1, then Lance 2, Lance 3, Lance 4, and Lance 5. And here we have the same images, but this time we downloaded. Okay, in this case we didn't provide any name, and just downloaded like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Okay, so this is what this plugin is doing. It's version 1.0. So I'm gonna be happy to sharing with you guys, and if you have any comments about that, just please let me know. So one final thing that I almost forget. So all these licenses are gonna be like a public domain, but not a public domain. Any kind of license is gonna be downloaded automatically. So Flickr has like uh, 11 licenses, I guess, and there are just 2 of them that you're not going to be allowed to download with the plugin, and probably you don't want to download them either. So first one are the uh, all right reserved. So all right reserved images means that you're not allowed to use them. So if, for example, you use among your URLs, you use without noticing, of course, all right reserved image is going to be skipped automatically. Okay, I'm gonna fetch it again, say okay, 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 okay. But then the final one, it says skip it, all right reserve. So the all right reserve image are not gonna be downloaded, or the another one that is gonna be automatically skipped are the U.S. government images, something like that. So those one are gonna be skipped as well. Anyway, this option is just set because my client asked me for it, but in version 101 I can add a button here where it say allow to download outright reserved images, so I can have an OK here and download even all right reserved images. So you can download all right reserved images to your website, but it's going to be totally your responsibility to use all right reserved data from the web. Anyway, it's going to be an option. I suggest you don't use it, but I can insert that option here on a next version. So this is the plugin so far. I hope you guys you like it, and please, if you like it, just leave a rating on WordPress and or send me your comments through any of the social media. So bye for now.